Yo.
What up?
Yo. I didn't even consider it.
Consider what?
The real Nan Man.
Yeah, I when I saw his name, I was like,
real
what?
Eminem.
Got me a little confuzzled there, but that's okay.
What's happening? Happy Monday to you guys.
Hi, guys.
Don't mind me.
And we're similar colors.
Yeah, you're gonna have to change that.
I know. Well, it's okay. Green's a great color. Who doesn't want to be green? So, hi guys. It's Monday.
It is Monday.
We're back at it.
Mm-hmm.
Doing what we do for the normal Modern Magic Mondays. Thanks to everybody that tuned in over the weekend for our Saturday coverage.
It was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. We blazed through it.
Yeah.
Which, don't get me wrong, I was very happy with because you know what I did after?
Sleep. Nice.
Slept for, let's see. I went home, had lunch, didn't wake up till about 7.
Oh.
So yeah,
like
I was
5-6 hours of sleep.
I was down. I was down for the count.
I took a sleep, not a nap. I took a sleep.
I took a sleep. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. We got to see some great Modern coverage. We got to see some interesting decks. You know, I don't use the word.
Sounds like you're channeling me right now.
No. I don't use the word interesting in a bad way. I use the word interesting in a. It's cool to see what sort of Modern decks people come up with that are outside of the norm, which are outside of the metagame. We don't get to see that a lot on Modern Magic Mondays because we have such a competitive metagame at our shop here at Comic Kung Fu.
Yes.
And
you have to play for keeps.
You do have to play for keeps. So. And it's tough when all I want to do is switch decks every week. I've had to stick to one deck, and so it's interesting. It's interesting to finally see like a mono blue Eldrazi list that relies heavily on the what's that mechanic? The ingest mechanic. Mm-hmm. Or what else did we see? We saw some dredge.
We did.
We saw some, and this is all pre-ban. So it's not me.
No, it's not you. I don't know why it's doing that.
We're still here.
We are.
You guys have created a monster.
We did.
But yeah, so I mean, it was very interesting to see. We had a lot of fun. We got to cast some Magic, but now we're here on Monday, the mainstay, if it will. We'll do events like that from time to time, but this is home. This is definitely home.
Also, before we get into our normal stuff of what we do, there was an SCG open over the weekend. Mm-hmm. It was standard because the new set came out.
Yeah.
But it was also the first time to see some Modern. Not actually watch it, but at least look at the decks and see what people are playing and kind of see what the meta is going to shape up to be post-banning.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Just a little tidbit for those that might not have seen yet. You should check that out. Go over to the Star City Games website and look at the Modern decks that were played over the weekend. There was, as you might expect, a lot of those decks that are running Fatal Push. Shh, man, why are you talking so loud?
It's fine, I got it. We're good.
Because that was one of the things that was running around.
It's a pretty okay card.
Mm-hmm.
Fatal Push, it's been slated to be a mainstay in Modern going forward.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm wondering if this has anything to do with the weather.
You think so?
I don't know. Maybe not. But that's just to make myself feel better.
Oh, sure.
I'm so confused.
Revlo's not in chat, dude.
What?
That's what it is. There's no Revlo in chat.
Why is there no Revlo in chat?
Don't worry, I'll work on it.
Okay. Brett's got this. Yeah, so confused. Why is it not working? Because Revlo quit on the job here.
Revlo, please.
So yeah, you guys should check that out. What was it? I was just looking at it. And Abzan Company got second.
Really?
There was like 3 or 4 Abzan Company list in the top 16.
Wait.
Yeah, it's back.
Wait.
It's back.
Why? What about Abzan Company
Because everybody sat here and go, we can't play this deck because you have all this graveyard hate against Dredge.
Okay.
And now that Dredge is not going to be here as much, that's bad. You know what else? Goryo's Vengeance made it in the top 4.
Yes!
So, that's the thing.
Let's get that card going again.
There was another deck.
World Spine Worm. Yes.
Yeah, so there was some decks that were running around that dealt with graveyard.
Oh boy.
As you might imagine. There was one Infect though.
Love
that was
it.
On there.
Yeah?
Yep.
How did that look, friend?
Abzan Company's a good deck. Actually, I was playing some Abzan Company on Magic Online over the week. I was like, man, I missed this deck. This is fun. In fact, the list that he was running seemed alright. Was running 4 Apostles in his list.
Okay, you've been going back and forth about that.
I like Apostles Blessing.
Yeah.
He won Wild Defiance main, won the board. He actually added Rancors back in his. So
okay, all right.
But so I think that might be okay if we're gonna see a lot of Abzan Company.
Sure.
Like that might have to be. Now he's running Slip instead of Distortion. I don't agree with that, but that's just me.
All I heard was Goryo's Vengeance.
All I heard was Goryo's Vengeance. Yeah. So there was that. I'm trying to think. I think it was Ad Nauseam that got first.
Oh, good for Ad Nauseam. Just slipping back in, you know, like
I think
like
it's the first time anyone's been like, "Good for you, Ad Nauseam."
Well, so let me break it down for
Okay.
you. Let me break you down the last time that I played Ad Nauseam.
Oh.
It was at regionals.
Yeah.
Okay. I was playing Infect. Mm-hmm. Right. And you would think that
I was so hyped for that too. I was like, "Yeah, you got an easy match, easy mode,
easy buy." No.
Turns out,
poor Ad Nauseam guy. Like, I'm having a bad time. He's having an even worse time. I'm on the Noble Beatdown plan, but for 1. Like, I'm not getting pumps right or anything like that. It's just like Exalted for 1, 19, go. He plays something and passes.
He plays a land, that scries, and then passes.
Noble, Exalted, 1. All right, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was.
I remember that.
We both had a bad time.
Yeah. So I'm actually now. Hey, Revlov, thanks for showing up, doing your job.
Nice guy, Revlov.
I was actually thinking, should I be playing
Ad Nauseam?
Abzan Company instead of Infect?
I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I looked at the decks that were from the SC, and you got to take it with a grain of salt. The first event, people that went to that event went because it was standard, probably. Most of the people, and then I didn't make day 2. I'm gonna go play modern kind of thing. But that's not always the case. I know when there's usually standard in our area for Baltimore, we don't go and play in standard. We just go and play the modern stuff.
Yeah, we'll go on Sunday.
Yeah, we just
cool.
so that but it was very much creature based meta. Bant Eldrazi was running around.
Sure.
I mean, there was 3 or 4 different chord lists, and they're trying out this guy. Some of them are Renegade Rallier here. 3 cost, 3/2 with the Revolt trigger. If something left the battlefield this turn that you play this, you get to put a creature with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard onto the battlefield.
Oh, that seems fine. That seems like exactly what we wanted to see.
That's a good point too. Infect is good. Abzan loses Tron, and that was the thing that I'm worried about too. Is that if we're seeing like Bant Eldrazi, and we're seeing Abzan Company, and we're seeing a lot of these creature-based decks running around.
Sure.
Infect does not do as well. But if we're seeing a lot of those, that means that potentially Tron is going to start rising up more.
Telling you.
So I'm at this dilemma.
I've been saying it since Tom Ross went 16-1.
I know, and I'm at this dilemma now, Because it's also a team event. So it's like...
Oh, I see. This is not for Modern Magic Mondays.
No,
this is for the team event.
This is for the team event.
Man.
And regionals, too. Because I'm playing at regionals.
Right.
So...
Oh, yeah, I'm going to sign up for that.
So I'm at this point where I'm just like... I don't know. So... We'll see what play Stormbath Dragon. Oh, sorry, Dargon.
We don't play that card.
All right. Enough talk about this. We can talk more as it progresses along because we've got 5 rounds tonight for all of you guys tuning in. Before we jump into it, though, thank you. You watching at home, whether this is your first time watching or multi-time watcher, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
You guys are awesome, and for those that were able to tune in and join us over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
The VODs have not been broken up for the weekend yet, but they will be and thrown up on YouTube for all of your guys' viewing pleasure in the near future there. But a couple people to thank, of course, as we normally go through things. We've got our patron donors there, top patron donors, of course, consisting of Trip over at Comic Kung Fu, where we do all the recording of these matches. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dionysus Bacchus now has a new name.
Yes, he is now Real MNM. Which is, he goes by Eminem at the shop.
Yeah.
So he's decided to kind of brand himself after that instead of going after the god of wine and revel.
Yeah, that's
Dionysus Bacchus.
When does the round start? Very soon. We're just saying some thank yous real quick, and then we're going to jump right into it. Matthew Manson, of course, and actually jumped up in chat on Saturday or last Monday to throw a donation
Saturday
as well. So which is awesome.
Yep. Super cool of him.
Which is great. And then, of course, our Season 3 champion, Chris Carosa, also in that patron donor level there. All these guys, awesome. Of course, level above our regular donors in the sense that they give every month consistently. Some of our regular viewers do consistently give. Of course, we're talking about Drewski Brew. Number 1 in our hearts. Then, of course, we've got some of our other top donors out there. Atticus, the mystery donor. Well, mystery because... I don't know where my cat's getting all this money from. Tantradamus, Dionysus Bacchus again, or the real Eminem. Yeah. I'm going to have to go through and change everything there. Lilo Goyf, Nate Hop 34, Burgleton, Stormdust 07, Badger 934, Strog Smash, Weeble Wet Dream, Hellshock. How would you say that name?
It's BSAT.
BSAT.
I'm going with BSAT. That's actually Matthew Manson.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Why don't you round it up with the last couple names?
Yeah. Oh, I see. You left me with the good ones.
That's nice. Ones that I'm like, I can't pronounce.
Nice guy. Anton. I'm going with Anton 707. Dude, thank you so much. And then of course to round it out, ICG, which stands for The Incredible Cards and Games, which is where that content from Saturday came from.
Exactly.
Brian Nepper throwing us a couple bucks. Thank you so much, dude, for not a couple, a whole lot, actually. Yeah. A whole lot.
Which is great. We're actually very close to meeting our monthly goal. We try to set a monthly goal here, and we did a little bit above that. I think because we started it last week or something like that, so we wanted to try to push it until sometime in February, but we're very close to meeting that goal. So why don't we jump right into our rounds, because that's what you guys are here to see.
That's right.
Some modern Magic Mondays.
Let's get in there. So something very important to note as we're getting everything set up here is Modern Magic Mondays. If you're new to the stream, this is a weekly stream.
It is.
Where we pre-record the matches on a Tuesday. So these matches are coming from last Tuesday. And then we wait a week, get everything together, make it look all pretty, and then we put it up for you guys on a Monday.
Yes.
So, if you see some cards, some suspect cards that you're like, hey, wait a second.
That should be banned.
That should be banned.
I don't know if it's going to be coming up as much. Maybe in Max's list. I don't know, though.
I'm not sure. I don't think that's a card that potentially you would see run.
Not often, but I know that he's been running the version that's splashing in blue.
Yes, yeah, the Grixis version. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Yeah. We'll have to see.
We'll have to wait and see.
But yeah, you may see some banned cards. By all means, this is the last week that you will see them. Starting next Monday at 6:30 p.m., we are going to be Cataxian Probe free.
Yeah, we will.
I just wanted to say that.
Sorry, no Dargan.
I just wanted to say that for Nan.
That's true. Just take that. No, Dwayne is back with the folk. Deciding, you know what? Dargans are fun for,
they're alright,
crushing Brett's hopes and dreams.
Listen!
But I really need to get back to my fishy friends, and...
I'm not friends with them either.
Don't worry, I'm not either. Even though I played the deck.
Yeah.
So he's back on the folk, rocking it out. Gonna be playing something fun, creature-based. Gonna try and see if it works out for him or not.
The question is after this weekend, did he get any of those fancy-looking Aether Vials?
That is a good question. I know Jeremy got one.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Or no, he got a chalice.
Oh, That's what he got. Oh, great.
He got a fancy-looking chalice.
Even better.
That's what he got. No, because he cracked a case, and I come in to pick up the box, and he's like, oh, yeah, just, here's my 3 masterwork pieces that I pulled so far. I'm like, all right.
You're doing exactly what they want.
What is going on?
Well, they're shuffling cards. They're getting ready to go.
I don't understand why.
Dwayne getting the last of the shuffling in.
Mm-hmm. You gotta make sure your deck is properly shuffled, especially if you haven't played it in a while. You want to be able to make sure it's completely randomized for you there.
So here we go. Drawing 7 cards. Max taking a look. Dwayne taking a look. So here we go. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming it must be a Serum Visions came from Max. It happened so quickly, and that is a vial.
Wow.
Called it.
Fancy man over here.
Look at that fancy looking Aether Vial off the Wonder Wine Hub.
Yeah, we also saw a Watery Grave come out for Max. What's the red-black fast lane called?
Black Cleave Cliffs?
There you go. Silver Gilladap. We're going to be revealing a Curse Catcher, which can get vialed in. Fun fact. Ooh, okay. Is it Charm here? Oh, gonna counter it. Nice. It's probably looking to do some looting over there and really wants to put a stop to that.
And that's the thing about the Gristle Shoal deck, is you just really have to dig until you feel like the deck has given you exactly what you're going to need to combo off. But it's a glass cannon deck.
Yes, it is.
It fizzles out very quickly.
It very much so can. Like, you gotta be hoping that you can control things well enough going into it. Alright, here's a draw for Dwayne. Course Vials ticked up to 2, which is...
That is another...
Wow.
another Masterwork Vial.
What do you think about the Masterwork Vial? Because now we have 3 different arts for Vial.
I don't know. I still like the original art.
Yeah.
For my vials. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. And we got another Curse Catcher hanging out. Can definitely cause some disruption. Especially if Max is trying to cast Goryo's Vengeance.
Sure.
And debating about the land here. You know what's also nice? Having that iPad. So when I am not paying as much attention to the life totals, guess what? I can just look right there and figure it out.
Harkening back to Saturday.
I mean, it definitely caused me to be like on my game.
It did.
Like, I gotta be 100%. Made it more difficult with the amount of drinking we did the night before, but you know, sacrifices had to be made for Pokemon, guys.
Did they?
Did they? Are you sure?
Did they?
Oh, he needs 2 more, he says.
Here's an Izzet-Charm. Draw 2, scry 2, yeah.
Let's see. Potentially looking to fill up that graveyard with some big old fatties so we can reanimate them back. Yeah, he says, you know what, I'll counter that.
Just keep him off everything he can do.
Yeah. All right. So things that Max has to be worried about on 2 mana. Most of Dwayne's cards in his deck are going to be at 2 mana, creature based at least. The Harbinger of the Tides, though, that's going to be the thing that he has to be worried about. Because you can flash that in using Vial, and that Grishoalbrand that you were swinging in 7 for, since you're at a low life total and you want to be able to gain 7 life and draw more cards.
True.
No, that's getting bounced to your hand, and you will not get any lifelink off of it. Takes it up to 3. Must be hurting on lands and fine with doing that.
Oh, he's got a Master Waves in hand.
So we could even see him uptick it to 4 next turn then.
Definitely something you don't see an Aether Vial go.
Usually not, because
too far ahead.
The 4 only has 4 copies probably of it, maybe 3.
Goryo's Vengeance. Get this Grishoalbrand.
Well, it's also like, okay, shields are down at this point. You don't have a vial that you can flash in this Harbinger of the Tides. But we know that there is a Vapor Snag.
True.
So, Vapor Snagging you, so once you're now down to 2 life, you've drawn 7 cards, because you're such a nice guy. Now, he can gain some life with this deck. What, by using Nourishing Shoal.
Yep, and the World Spine Worm.
Uh-huh.
It's a cute little 1-2 punch, I like to say. And the thing that's interesting is that maybe all the Grizzle decks, the Grixis Grishoalbrand,
Grishoal.
However you want to call it.
I prefer Goryo's Vengeance just to talk about the list. I know it's a card, but I like that name better.
I know that they probably try to sneak it in there in the Grixis version, but it is prominent in the Yund.
The Yund style.
Yeah, the Yund style, where you're just all in.
Moving to discard, gonna get rid of those cards. Good old fist bumps. And there's the pass. Question here is, does Max have another Glorious Vengeance in hand? If not, he just dies here.
Looks like he's gonna actually...
Oh, he had the Nourishing Shoal.
Yeah, he's gonna shoal the Bobarigmos Enraged away.
Mm-hmm.
So he can gain, I believe it's 8. 7 or 8. Grips is reanimated.
Nice.
And then he'll say, cool, let me get this Grishoalbrand back.
Let me gain my life.
8 life.
Mm-hmm.
And then Oh, wow. The value.
Before blockers. Do that. And 3, 4, 5. Puts you back down to 4. Having both Vapor Snags was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be a thing.
No Harbinger needed.
He's gonna fetch and go down to 3?
Makes sense. Like, thin your deck out. See what you can make happen here.
I mean, it's gotta happen right now.
Yeah.
Or, on Dwayne's attack step. He's got until Dwayne's attack step.
We could see some more Nourishing Shoals and things like that. He says, yep, I got another Glorious Vengeance here.
Sure.
And here's another Grishoalbrand.
Seems fine.
Mm-hmm. Three life, though. That's really dangerous. Oh, no. Guess what?
Again?
There was the third one.
Wow. Dwayne, please.
I'm going to hardcast the Simian Spirit Guide. And hope that you don't have a Lord in your hand to give your guys Island Walk.
Listen. Relevancy.
Naster. And he goes, oh, you're just going to have a bunch of creatures.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's go to game 2. I'm glad we did this.
Woo! That's tough. That is tough. Having all of those Vapor Snags definitely made a big difference there. So let's take a look at our sideboards. One of the cool things that we do here at Modern Magic Mondays, of course, is providing you with sideboard tech for each of these players.
Some people are actually not happy about giving us their sideboards.
Really? I guess they, giving
like, well,
the inside information about, now you know what I've got, and now we have to play.
Yeah, it's like, we'll go 2 or 3 rounds and be like, oh, great, I got to play Brett. He knows my sideboard. Yeah. He knows what I'm playing. I'm like, guys, I don't remember what happened in the last match. Okay?
Do you know how many cards I write down for people's sideboards?
Yeah.
For all I know, you're running, like, crazy red cards in your sideboard, even though you're playing Merfolk right now.
Right. But who? You know what? You have to read Dwayne's.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so we've got kind of the normal package that you'd expect for Merfolk, more or less here. 4 Hercles, basically because you're not running green in there, you don't have very much white except for the hubs in the main board.
Sure.
You need some way to deal with artifacts, and that's Hercles. Kira, Great Glass Spinner is 2 of, 1 Seize Claim, just another way to help give Island Walk and stuff like that. Maybe some disruption against some land-based decks like Tron and things like that. 1 Relic of Progenitors, 2 Grafdigger's Cage, 2 Tidebinder Mage, 2 Spellskite, and 1 Pithing Needle here. So, some great stuff. You're going to sit there and go, alright, what graveyard hate do I have against Max? Well, Relic is nice. Mm-hmm. Grafdiggers is also pretty good. So, most people should be familiar with Grafdiggers.
Hard.
I always forget that.
Man's hooking us up.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys ever have a question about a card in chat, all you have to do is type !card,
mm-hmm.
and it will give you all of the Oracle text on that. So, for example, Grafdigger's Cage is 1 colorless mana. It's an artifact. Creature cards can't enter the battlefield from graveyards or libraries, and players can't cast cards in graveyards or libraries.
Yeah, so that is a nice way to deal with Goryo's Vengeance stuff. Something that some people were probably familiar with to try to deal with Dredge for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they didn't have access to white or something like that, that could be a little bit helpful. So I do like him bringing in that. I also like the Relic coming in. Tidebinder is not relevant here. The big old baddie that you're mainly worried about is the Grishoalbrand. And tapping down Borborygmos is not going to matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really help after he's hit the field.
You could choose Pithing Needle here. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, so like there are some activated abilities like paying the 7 life, drawing 7 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Borborygmos sacrificing your or discarding lands from your hand to be able to deal damage. Sorry, there's a cat in here that shouldn't have been in here. Got distracted.
And on Max's side,
just wander away while talking.
2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Pyroclasm, 1 Laboratory Maniac, 1 Lightning Axe, 2 Inquisition of Kozilek, 2 Boseiju, who shelters all, 2 Pact of Negation, and 3 Ancient Grudge. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, those 3 Ancient Grudge, please, please, please bring them in. And I'll tell you why. Not only because of the vials,
yes,
but also because of cards like Spreading Seas or Seas Claim.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to come in here and try to wreck your mana base, by all means, give yourself the opportunity to put a stop to that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the 1 of Lightning Axe. 5 damage is quite a bit of damage, to be honest with you.
For 1 red?
For 1 red. And I even would like at least 1 of the Pyroclasms just early on.
Yeah, the Pyroclasm can be relevant within those first few turns before too many lords start getting out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be tough to get it past turn 3 or turn 4 and maybe a dead card by then.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be nice to be able to clear the board early, if possible.
All right, so we got players with their 7 deciding whether to keep or mulligan here. And both players seem fine with the 7. So we
Look at Danemeyer for Max.
Yep.
Mutavault for Dwayne, and it looks like he's got a vial.
Yeah.
Right on time.
Just what I needed.
So Max will go to 19. To get a Blood Crypt.
Oh, emote only.
Plays a Polluted Delta. It looks like he passes back. Dwayne's gonna stick an island.
Mm-hmm.
Here is a Silvergill adept, revealing it looks like another Silvergill.
Yeah, that's smart. Just basically kind of, hey, these are going to be my next couple turns. Oh, Strogsmith's trying to get up a bunch of points to get some emote only going, but
it's got a Curse Catcher. Looks like at least one Spreading Seas.
Which could be really nice to cut your opponent off of black, which they need to cast Goryo's Vengeance.
Alright, untaps.
Boseiju.
So he did bring at least one of the Boseijus in.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe he's worried about this Curse Catchers.
He's worried about Curse Catcher
being able to counter his spells.
Also, some lists run some aspects of counter magic in it.
So, Pyroclasm. Blow up your Silvergill. Dwayne gonna violin the Curse Catcher on the instep. Untap. Uptick, and here's a Cavern of Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly naming dinosaur.
Of course, hands down.
Yep.
Best thing to name.
Anytime you play a Cavern of Souls, we expect you to name dinosaur, and plays a relic.
Nice. So already we got some graveyard hate coming out for Dwayne. It's like some players forgetting about cards that should be entering tapped. Old fogey.
And Curse Catcher's gonna get in there for one.
Bring the beats.
Dwayne playing a little bit more passively. Maybe his hand's a little bit slower. And Manamorphose for Max. Black and a blue.
Well, and mana depleted out of his mana pool.
Okay. Guess he just really wanted to draw a card. And Relic says, cool, I'll activate. Let's eat one of your cards.
Nom nom. Yeah, you always want to have at least one mana in this matchup to blow up your Relic.
So, and the beats are coming in.
For 4. Oh, he's got another one.
Simian Spirit Guide. Through the Breach. Let's through the breach this worm.
That's one way to do it. Get a bunch of worms. But we now know that Boseiju enters tapped. So this play doesn't technically work.
No, it went a whole turn.
He played the second one. That's his second one. He floated mana with the first one.
Oh.
And then played the second one.
Oh, yep. Yep, yeah. That definitely doesn't work.
Boseiju still enters tapped. We missed that. Oops. Which makes it, like, it... Boseiju isn't a very often played card. Like, you'll see it in, like, this list. You'll see it in Scapeshift. Or, like, some variants on that. But that's kind of the main stuff.
And that's all right because Dwayne still wraps it up.
Yeah.
Pretty easily, I would say.
Pretty easily. And it doesn't matter though. Nope. And sometimes that's how it goes. Like sometimes the games are just like, well, even though one player might have made a mistake, that was an illegal move.
Sure.
It doesn't affect the outcome of the game. So, Strong Span says, I run it. Legacy Lands, baby. All right. Well, all right. Okay. Modern, you don't see it as often.
I think you're gonna have to specify from now on.
I know with all this.
Yeah, there's a lot of different players out there, Nan.
There's a lot of different formats.
Yeah.
This kid's all about the frontier.
Yeah. No.
No, I don't want to play that format.
That is the Wild West of Magic right now.
I don't even think it is the Wild West. I think it's like, hey, what deck was broken and good and standard during this period? Okay, I'm gonna play that.
Well, yeah.
Nope. Yeah.
Siege Rhinos for days.
Siege Rhino, dig through time?
Yeah,
why not?
Woo! So yeah.
Amulet Titan would make sense. You'd see it in that too.
But anyway, so back to modern format on Modern Magic Mondays. We have point totals to talk about. We keep track of.
Yep.
This one right here.
That's the one.
You sure?
100%.
There it is. All right, just checking. Just checking.
Should I change the name to make it better?
I mean, unless you're gonna operate it fully, then yes, I would recommend changing the name.
Okay, all right. Rounds. What should I change the name
to? We'll talk about it later. After one round, half of our players at 3 points, half of our players at 0 points.
No ties.
No ties. So we've got Eric, Ben, Dwayne, TJ, Chris Carrozza, our Season 3 champion, Ben Newton, Kyle Hagberg, Jamie Armel, and RJ Myers?
What? RJ's alive?
Myers?
It's been a long time since RJ's played.
Very true. And I'm very interested to know what he's playing, so I hope he gets on camera at some point tonight.
That would be cool. I don't know if he is.
But then we have Keenan, Devin, Robert, Lyle, Season number 2, Max, Charles, Jeremy, Season 1, and Ryan all taking a loss in the first round. But that's okay.
Yep.
That's all right. It's only the first round.
Is no big deal.
That's right. We've got 4 more rounds to go, so there's definitely plenty of chances, room to grow. So let's hop into round number 2 and see who we got going on.